Okay, Doc, I give you your spotlight, your 500 game or whatever.
Hey, this is wonderful. A 500 game, not out, clean sheet, but disappointing result at the end because we couldn't squeeze one. Anyway, Man United 0,
Sorry, interrupted.
This is getting to be a bad habit.
Doc
Second
wanted
time,
to say Manchester United 0, Newcastle 0. Okay, salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. Okay, let's jump straight into it. I want to talk about Fred. Okay. Fred, right, is bloody frustrating to watch. Bloody frustrating to watch. I think if we had Ericsson in this game, right, it would have been totally different. All right. So, Doc, what's your take on the game apart from the 500 appearance of David?
I do it Coach Dom style. Keep that for the end, is it? Yeah, but actually, Fred, I mean, to be honest, right, and I said this earlier as well, everybody's like taking the piss out of Fred. But I actually thought that he had a better game than Casino. I agree with you. The final output was poor, but at least he was there defensively, breaking up the attacks. He was there trying to go forward. Missed a clear opportunity, and what the hell was that? But I thought he actually, to be honest, had a better game than Casemiro. But again, you're right. Disappointing, especially in the final third, along with most of our other front three, actually. Yeah.
But I think the thing about Fred is, I think like what I was actually talking to you about before we came on live, right? That guy, right? I think he works by instinct. His body moves into the proper position and whatnot. But his brain, right, got delay, By the time he realized he has the ball, it's like, hey, I got the ball. What am I going to do next? And then for that brief 1 second that he holds on to the ball, whatnot, right? He messes everything up, right? So, Josh, what's your take on the game?
We totally was bad in our finishing. This game was clearly known that our attacking front was very poor in terms of we created so many chances. I don't know why everyone is saying it's Ten Hag removing players. Yes, we took off Ronaldo. That was the one and only mistake that Ten Hag did. But other than that, we created so many chances. To be honest, we created so many chances. From at least Anthony got so many balls. He could get in the balls quite early. But when Ronaldo come off, then only everything comes in. That's where I didn't understand so much.
Okay, I actually beg to I disagree. Don't think we created many chances.
Let me just go through some comments. So Ronaldo should have stayed till the end. Okay, Doc, what's your take on that?
Definitely. I mean, when you're looking for goals, right, and going into the last 10, 15 minutes, what you want is this kind of player who can make the difference. Now, one chance, he would have put it away. Just put him in the position either in Fred's chance or Rashford's chance. He would have put that one away, definitely, right? I would have thought one of the other front three, the two wingers would have gone off if you could bring in Rashford.
Okay, Ravi mentioned this game is on Erik ten Hag not making subs when he have to. Josh, I can clearly see your name today is Josh ten Hag, right? I also got a question. I got a question, Erik ten Hag, substitutions, right? I mean, seeing how Fred is actually performing, right from the start, right to the very end, right? At least the last 10 minutes, he could have taken the risk to remove Fred and put in Iqbal or what's the other guy's name? What's the other guy's name? That Pogba guy? What Manu?
Mino.
What not? What's your take on that? Because from what I see, right, pretty much in the second half, it's back to the long balls, the aimless crossing. The target man is not there, but then there's no system, there's nothing. It was like pretty much the Ole style of playing. Panic mode sets in, just whack only. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think I want to break this game further down Okay, to be honest, I look at the back five. They rarely made any mistakes today. All right, so everything was from the back. I normally criticize the people from the back, but today there was very less mistake. Apart from Jolinton's chances, I think there was no chances created by Newcastle. So that was the only positive thing that I can take out of this game. In the midfield and the striking force, okay, the balls, we had so many possession and we didn't have the individuals to play the system that we want to do it. The only mistake that I can see is Ronaldo taken off, because that was a goal for him lah. Casemiro's offside foot and his header to be in lah. So like people like Fred, even Sancho was missing the whole second half. Bruno wasn't that person who inspired the team. You know, he was also complaining apart from that. So that's why I feel that, you know, we didn't have the personnel to execute the strategy that we had today. We just needed 1-0 and we couldn't do that.
Okay. Praveen mentioned what kind of shithousery we just watched. Eric Ten Hag decided to sub Ronaldo off for Rashford instead of Fred. I think I agreed with Doc actually mentioning that Sancho, or probably worst case scenario, maybe Anthony should have went off lah. Okay.
I mean, the problem now lies in our final third. You know, the last pass is very poor. You know, and then the finishing also is off. And you're not seeing it only in this game. The last game against Omonia at home, you know, struggling to finish off chances. And you're lucky to come away the 1-0 win right at the end.
Okay, comment by Daryl. Hard to do that comparison, honestly. What if Ronaldo stayed on and those chances doesn't even happen? We'll be talking of what ifs je now. 10 shots, 2 on goal, and 63% possession, lacking end product. Okay, the thing I want to ask you guys is about Eric Ten Hag. You know, he emphasizes the importance of a player being able to play with both foot, right? But even his best player, his star boy from AX, right, seems like he's really a one-leg pony now. He's only a one-leg pony. What's your take on that, Doc?
Yeah, I think he made that very clear every time cutting back onto the left foot. You know, and when you do that, right, you become predictable. The defender is going to let you go on the outside because he knows you're going to cut back inside anyway. How many times he beat his marker and beat him for speed, and then when in the position just outside the box, he pulls back. He should at least attempt a right foot cross, lah. You know, follow a Valencia style, drill it into the box, hope that somebody gets a touch onto it. You know, when you're
not only pull back, he's trying to do a outside foot swinger.
Yeah, I mean, come on, just whack it in your right foot. I mean, the choices in the final third, Dom, I really question. Look at Dalo. 90th minute, you break through on goal. Why didn't he take the shot? He passes it out to Fred. I think it's a stupid mistake to do in the last minute. Just take a shot on goal. The keeper spills, you got somebody to tap it in, you see. If you don't take the shot, you never know.
What's your take on that, Josh? Because seriously, there's nothing else to talk about, you know.
As I said, we don't have the individual personnel to do all of these tricks. We had like 2 open goals. Our defenders could have scored. Fred could have scored. No one taking shot outside the box also. That was the worst thing. Bruno also could have took a lot of shots. Casemiro also is a good shot taker. Even Fred, by all means, he can't shoot. Just take a damn shot on goal, because the keeper will parry it. Pope is a player who will parry shots one. And then there will be always someone to be in the box. But that was nothing today. That's the only element that was missing today, which is our final third. And we really need reinforcement in January for forwards.
I think another thing that is really, really missing is actually Eriksen. Definitely Eriksen. Eriksen, regardless of how defensively he's a bit a suspect, but we really, really need Eriksen in this team. Maybe even Donny van der Beek as well. Because really, I really think, no doubt you guys talk about the forward. For me, it's really about the midfield and stuff. Just now I was actually talking to Doc about Casemiro. Josh, what's your take on Casemiro's performance today?
Okay, Casemiro, it was very average today. Apart from his last minute, the cross for Rashford, I think apart from that, he did win some sort of tackles in the middle, but he can do better. He can do way, way better. I think his only synergy is with when CR7 is on the pitch. Maybe he haven't find the solution with Sancho, Anthony, and Rashford up front. He doesn't know what type of balls to play for them. Whether it's in the ground, whether it's up over the defense. Maybe he doesn't know that situation. So far, only Eriksen can gel with all these 3 people up front. So Casemiro, I think he still needs time. I don't want to crucify him yet because he just joined in. He needs time a bit more. But I think today, yes, Eriksen was the most heartfelt. But my question again, when Eriksen passed that ball in, who is going to score? It looks like no one wanting to score goals, apart from CR7 being frustrated when he came off. Yeah, no one wanted to score goals today. That's the worst part in Old Trafford. My goodness.
And actually today's game, right, was actually calling for Rashford to be brought in a bit earlier. You know why? The reason they say that, right? You see the difference he made when he came on. Because Newcastle were pressing very high, and even their defensive line was very high. What you needed was somebody to run in behind, and that's what we missed today. So every time we got the ball also, when we countered, by the time we actually got to their box, they already had all their men behind. What you needed was somebody to run through, and we saw that a few times earlier in the half where there's one opportunity where Sancho ran through, right? Cut in and shoot. That's what we needed. No, but instead they're all dallying on the ball in the final third.
Especially when we reverted into the long ball system of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We really needed Rashford earlier. Sorry, because
but even like just now Josh said, we created a lot of chances. But how many times did we actually get Pope to work? He didn't have to make any really big saves either.
2 shots on target, yeah. Okay, guys, Rashford is not a striker. Plain and simple, Rashford is like a player playing with a blindfold as a striker. Donovan mentioned playmaker needed. Box, okay, interesting one. 2 home games in a week versus Omonia plus a Newcastle side missing key man. We barely score 1 goal. Pathetic. Okay, Sandeep mentioned siapa itu Donny can the big. Can the big. Box again mentioned take out Eriksen and Martial from the starting 11 and the IQ and technical ability drop significantly.
How is Martial part of this statement?
No, but agree lah. I mean, I have to. Whatever said
to.
and done, right? I think I will side with Coach Dom on this one lah. In the games that he has played, when he's not injured, he's made the difference so far lah. Okay. But we need him back from injury and at least have a run of games lah before getting injured again.
Okay,
today was like you just want a big number 9 in front, just want one big number 9 there to just start taking shots, That's all we wanted today.
But Josh, just another thing just to add on lah. If you look at today, right, you can see how thin our squad is also. A few injuries, a few people out with flu, right? Look at the bench. The bench had no attacking options except for Rashford, and the young ones, of course, which I actually thought in the last 10 minutes you should have thrown on a couple. Garnacho, maybe even Iqbal. You got nothing to lose. Just take the risk lah, right? In this kind of situation, 0-0, just take the risk.
Okay, Ravi mentioned sell Fred and McTominay in January, buy midfields, anyone would be better. I think right now, I would say sell Fred and sell Bruno. I wouldn't sell McTominay at this moment. Because, you know why? Because Smurf is live now. I mean, he's in the live chat. He's not with us, but he's in the live chat. Later, he don't want, he disappear for another year. Smurf mentioned, don't be biased. He's Casimilo. Okay, Donovan mentioned if Saint Maximin had played. Yes, exactly. If Saint Maximin had played. Okay, Note 5 Samsung. Wow. I bet McTominay would be a good sub for Fred in the later part of the game. Wonder why Erik Ten Hag didn't make the call. McTominay is not on the bench. He's suspended.
You're suspended what for today's game?
Smurf, bring Rashi early face pump. I think I would agree with Doc on this. Come on, Smurf. Cut him some slack. Okay. Donovan mentioned FDJ, siapa lagi lah. Seriously, that day I was thinking of this. Casemiro, FDJ in a midfield, settle with maybe another number 9 up front, settle. Okay, Sandeep mentioned if this was Football Manager, would have sold Bruno and Sancho, then buy De Bruyne and sell their jersey, make money also. Donovan mentioned sell Red Bruno and get the team Toon Bruno. Well, basically, actually, there's really not much to really talk about anymore. I mean, for this particular game, the upcoming games, actually, these would actually spearhead us against the other 2 tougher games, Spurs and also Chelsea, I think, in the coming week and whatnot, right? So maybe, Doc, with the way that we are playing right now, what are your expectations for the coming week?
Oh, looks like it'll be long nights lah. Definitely, Dom. I think we're not finishing freely lah. I think that would be my biggest problem. Not creating enough real clear-cut opportunities and not finishing well. This is a home game, mind you, against a Newcastle team that are willing to not sit back. They were pressing, they were pushing up as much as possible. That would leave a lot of space, and we're not taking advantage of this space. We're going to have a tough time playing teams that come and sit back at Old Trafford. Okay, by looking at these teams who come to attack us here, because you're not creating enough at home. 2 shots on target.
Okay, Smurf was supposed to come live but then somehow something broke down I don't know something due to no steak and nasi lemak kerang. Okay, so Josh, expectations or maybe how to say an advice to the fans who has to wake up early in the coming games to watch the Spurs game 3 a.m. right? I think on Thursday.
Okay, the positive thing is that when we are always good at counter attack, so meaning the opponents got more times of the ball, we can counter and score goal. That's why so far we beat the big teams. And I think Spurs, our next game, they might be doing that because their midfield is jam-packed, powerful. They will control the ball. We saw the game yesterday. Spurs was really controlling the whole game. Son and Kane really dominating. So I think we will have a really big time sitting back at that point, and then we'll counter. And I hopefully I think we will win by 1-2 goals. At least we score goals. But long nights lah. I have to agree with Doc here also lah. We're gonna have long nights lah, because when we go at the ball, right, there's no idea creativity. And even when the creativity come in, nobody is taking shots on goal. Today Pope had like a very good day in at the away game lah. We just need someone to take shots lah. And I hope January we have 2-3 players to at least fill up these skill sets lah.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting into positions where you got open shots. They're still trying to play the ball out wide and trying to come in. Even, like for example, Dalo, you cut in at the edge of the box, right? 90 minutes up, just take the damn shot, What was that?
That was the most frustrating one, apart from the shot. My goodness.
Exactly.
Okay, we got to talk about this a bit. Okay, we lost because of 3 people, referee Fred and Cristiano. Okay. Ignore that.
First of all, we didn't lose.
We need to talk
Second
about
of all, you forgot DDG lah.
We need to talk about VAR. Come on, today the 500 appearance lah. He's how to say, he's immune lah, invincible today. He cannot. Okay,
even the post helped him out lah.
He peed on the post. Hey, but I want to talk about VAR. What's your take on VAR today? Is it VAR, it's pretty much has been inconsistent for us lah so far in this past, I think, few games and whatnot. So Doc, what's your take on VAR?
I think if you look at it, right, every one of the 3 penalties could have been a penalty lah. I actually thought the Varane one was a clear-cut penalty as well. It doesn't really matter if you have Martinez covering, but Varane went right across, right, just blocked him off, and actually contact. You had contact. Callum Wilson flicked the ball past both of them, right? That was a penalty. It was a clear penalty if you ask me. I think the Ronaldo one is probably the one I would say was about 50-50 lah, But he was lining up a shot and there was contact on the non-kicking foot that brought him down. That I would say maybe 50-50. But the Sancho one was also a clear penalty. Come on, the defender got nothing on the ball, clear contact on him. Maybe the way he went down, but again, that is why you have VAR, right?
Good dramatic jump.
It doesn't matter. Okay, that may be the decision of the referee on field. But when it goes to VAR, it doesn't matter how he fell, whether he did a 10.0 dive or whatever not, right? There was clear contact on him. And he had already stopped the ball and, it was clear contact. It was definitely a penalty. I don't see how the VAR could not have given that. The only one I would say was 50-50 was probably Ronaldo's one.
Okay, Doc is right. Our squad is lack of depth. United spent about 500 million pounds on players in the last 5 years, and that is a shame. Okay. Donovan mentioned referee was rubbish. Mort mentioned Bruno is no longer the 2020 Bruno. 2019 Bruno. Okay, quick one. Man of the match, Josh.
Wow, man of the match. I don't want to give it to anyone, but I'll give it De Gea for his 500 game.
Yeah. Okay. Today, Doc is okay, Doc. David De Gea. Clear cut, man of the match.
I also think so, man. There's nobody else who wanted to make an effort to win the man of the match award.
Reaching that
I take it back, I take it back. I want the goalpost to be the man of the match.
Okay, let me check. Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah, Ravi mentioned man of the match goal.
There you go. Nice one.
Hey, you can't give the goalpost because it was either the crossbar or the pole, so it can't be either or, right? So give it to DDG lah. For doing nothing wrong. He actually came out to clear the ball and all today. So,
but how many distributions? But no, I'm not gonna.
Don't go there,
Just gonna leave it, I recorded on my phone. I will share.
He did a brilliant pass to Fred,
Fred's fault. That was Fred's fault.
Fred's fault. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are at the end of our show today. Okay, like usual, please like, share, subscribe, comment below. All right, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night.